So for these earrings today, you're going to need multiple colors of polymer clay. You can use any brand that you like. And then you're going to need a knife. I got this one from the craft store. It's pretty cheap. But if you don't have one, you can use a regular knife at home. Then some cutters of different shapes and sizes, and a roller. But if you don't have one of these, you can just use a glass. That would work just fine. Okay, so you're going to take your colors and you're going to cut a little bit off of each block of clay. Now, just keep in mind that the more you cut of one color, that color will be pretty dominant in your marbling. So just kind of keep that in mind. I did the same amount of my pink and my turquoise because I really wanted both of those to be kind of dominant. And then I did a little bit of a smaller amount in the white and the orange. So now that we've cut our clay, we're gonna take each piece individually and we're gonna roll it in our hands into little sausages, if you will. So what this does is it kind of softens the clay and conditions it, so it's a lot easier to work with. Okay, now go ahead and squeeze those colors together, and then I like to twist them, and then you're gonna put them on your workspace and you're gonna roll them out. And what this will do is create one smooth sausage or snake or whatever you wanna call it. That way it doesn't feel lumpy and it's a lot easier to work with. It's a lot more cohesive. And so once you get that rolled out, you're gonna pinch the ends together and then do what I call the unicorn horn and start to twist the clay. You'll twist it all the way down, and then you'll basically put it on your workspace, and then you will roll it again and let it get smooth and kind of get rid of all of the lumps or any uneven parts of the clay, and then you'll repeat that process again. Okay, so now that you've twisted your clay and you're satisfied with your spirals, let's move on to the next part. So just take one end and you're gonna tuck it in, and then you're gonna start to roll it just like this, and you're gonna continue to roll that until basically there's no clay left to roll into it. And it will end up looking like a little round spiral, like a lollipop. Now let's take our roller and we're going to start to roll our clay out. And you'll notice that as soon as we start to roll it, those lines that we had in the clay from making that spiral will disappear. And then what you're left with are these beautiful swirls and designs in the clay, which always make me so happy. I love seeing how unique and different the designs are every single time. Okay, now we're ready to start cutting out some earrings. I have just some basic cutters, these round ones. They come in a pack, I think for $8, and you get several sizes. This one is about, I would say, in between like a nickel and a dime shape. And these are like my go-to for stud earrings. I love these. They're the perfect size for stud earrings. Not too big, not too small. These are actually new. This is my first time using them, but I really love the idea of this shape for stud earrings. So I'm really excited to see how they turn out. When you're lifting your clay off of your work surface, sometimes the really soft clay, I've noticed, tends to stick to the work surface. So I like to use the end of my knife, and I'll just very gently kind of slide it under my earring and lift it up. It just makes it a lot easier, so that way you're not really affecting the shape of your earring. So this is totally optional. You could just take your cutters and use the rest of this clay and make earrings from the design we've already made. But sometimes I'll do this where I'll take my colors and I'll roll them together again. And even though we're using all the same colors, the same piece of clay, it really just gives it a whole new look. And it's really, really cool to see that happen. Okay, so basically we're just repeating the step that we did before with our spiral, just rolling it out and blending all of our clay together. And you can already see how much more dominant that pink is in this, and even you're seeing some purple from it blending more with that turquoise, and it's just really beautiful. I love it. All right, now that we've got that rolled out, let's cut out some more earrings. Okay, so now for the fun part. You're going to go ahead and start to remove all the excess pieces around the shapes that we cut out. Okay, so we're just going to transfer these to a parchment lined cookie sheet. Okay, so I decided for these leaf earrings, I wanted to do almost like a 3D effect with these. So I'm just taking that smaller leaf cutout that we did, and I'm just kind of gently pressing it onto the larger leaf. And then when we bake these, they'll harden and they will stick together. Now that we've got them all on our parchment lined cookie sheet, we are going to bake these at 275 for 15 minutes. Now we get to the part that makes these earrings, putting the backs on. So I like to use E6000 glue. It's industrial strength, and I actually like it better than some jewelry glue that I've tried before. So just, if you've used it before, just kind of get that first little bit off. Sometimes it's hardened already, just a little bit, like cured a little bit, and it won't stick as well. So just put a little bit on your earring back, and then you're gonna try to center it with your earring, and then just press it on there. Just very gently press the earring back on there. And you'll have a minute to kind of adjust it if you need to. If it's not perfectly centered, that's okay. You can kind of move it around just a little bit. All right, now let's do the rest. All right, guys, here they are. These are how the earrings turned out. I love that each and every earring is unique and one of a kind. That's one of my favorite things about working with polymer clay, is that you can create something that is absolutely unique and one of a kind that no one else has. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that it was helpful for you. And if you want to see future content like this, make sure to subscribe and make sure to hit that like button. All right, guys, see you next time.